Coming up in this Brightline construction update, this update looks at the progress between Stuart and Jupiter and Martin County and Palm Beach counties in December 2021 and January 2022. We'll start just north of Stuart and Rio, then work south through Stuart, Port Salerno, and Hobe Sound before ending up at the Jupiter Drawbridge. We'll start at the Rio Waterway Bridge. At the Rio Waterway, the new double-track bridge here is complete and both tracks are laid across it. Crews are finishing cleaning up the site, otherwise all work here is complete. The second track is in place to the south all the way until a single track over the Stuart Drawbridge begins. Here is an engineer's eye view headed north across the bridge. To the north, the temporary track shift that was in place the last time I was here due to the bridge construction has been removed. The second track has not been built north of here yet, so only the one track is in service currently. You can see where the current Rio siding begins in the distance just past the Dixie Highway crossing. And here's one more engineer's eye view headed south. Now on the road, here's a look south from the Alice Street crossing just south of the bridge. The crane that was at the bridge is being disassembled here. There were some crews working on the track here. A camper and ballast regulator were parked on the track near Fern Street. New signals are up south of the crossing as well. This is where the double track reduces to a single track to cross over the St. Lucie River on the Stuart Drawbridge. The existing Stuart Drawbridge will continue to be used with some upgrades. We'll now look at the progress in Stuart itself. In downtown Stuart, progress has been minimal. Materials are being staged to rebuild the crossings, and some of the crossing protection has been relocated. Just out of downtown, ties are laid out, ready for rail to be attached. South of the Dixie Highway crossing, fill has been brought in and is piled up next to the tracks. Materials are staged for the Monterey Road crossing. The existing Port Sewell siding begins just south of the crossing. Subroad bed is down here, where the new Port Sewell crossover will go, along with some additional sidings. We'll now move to the area between Port Salerno and Hobe Sound. In Port Salerno, looking north from Salerno Road, subroad bed is laid. To the south, a new bridge over the North Salerno Waterway is complete and ready for track. The Broward Avenue crossing here has been rebuilt to add the second track. South, the main Salerno Waterway Bridge is currently being rebuilt with equipment and materials staged on this side. The bridge itself is hidden from view on the road. South of Cove Road, work is continuing on the North Manatee Tributary Bridge. A track shift has been completed here, moving the track closer to the road. The South Manatee Tributary Bridge is now complete. The new second main line is complete in this area. And here's the Dixie Highway crossing. A track stabilizer was parked just north of the CPC branch crossover. Track work on the crossover is complete. The second main line is complete for most of the way through this area to just north of Hobe Sound. The Osprey Street crossing has been rebuilt, and work is recently focused on adding sidewalks to the crossing. Crossrope Street has also been rebuilt, and new intermediate signals are up south of the crossing. Petway Street is also complete. A little south of Petway Street, work on the second main line is still ongoing. Ballast still needs to be dropped here. And it stops here as a track shift to broaden this curve needs to take place. Ties are staged here in preparation for the completion of the track. The second main line resumes here as some new intermediate signals and a ballast regulator and tamper were parked on it. The Bridge Street crossing has been rebuilt to add the second track. Track work continues through Hobe Sound as well. Track has now been built south of the Gleason Street crossing. It still needs ballast dropped on it. Crossing over the tracks on Federal Highway looking south into Jonathan Dickinson State Park. We'll now shift to look at some of the progress in Jonathan Dickinson State Park, then the Jupiter Drawbridge. Inside the park on Park Road, here's a look north towards the future CP Camp Murphy crossover. To the south is where the existing Camp Murphy siding begins. The Park Road crossing has been rebuilt. Now in Jupiter, and for my first time, here's an aerial look at the progress on replacing the Jupiter Drawbridge. This bridge is being replaced, but unlike other bridges, it is being done in the same space, piece by piece, while at the same time remaining open for freight traffic. Work on this bridge is also unique in that it is being done from barges rather than a temporary trestle. On the north side of the river, a temporary trestle has been built as a solid base of operations and to load the barges from. A new bridge tender building is also nearing completion. A section of the new bridge is being assembled here. With the limited space around the bridge to stage materials and equipment, most of that is being done around the corner alongside an unused industry spur. A shuttle wagon and a flat car shuttle materials from this site to the bridge location. The unused side of the old bridge is starting to be disassembled and new pilings are going in. Here's a bit of a closer look. Crews were actively working and the cranes were swinging around, so to be safe, I did not fly too close. And here's the shuttle wagon bringing a load of materials to the bridge. It had a load of rebar on the flat cart. The rebar would be unloaded by the crane and placed on one of the barges in the back until ready to be used. And here's a view from the sidewalk on the bridge of the shuttle wagon departing back to the staging area. You can see the blue beams that will make up a section of the new bridge here as well. Thanks for watching. Be sure to hit the like button and subscribe. Also check out my social media pages.